What is up, guys? This is AlintheaYoh coming at you today with a discussion about the most broken, powerful monster of 2017 that Jerome announced a few weeks ago that it's going to be so broken, and it's a vanilla fusion tuna. So this is Sea Monster of Theseus. It is a level 5 water zombie fusion tuna with 2200 attack and 1800 defense. So there was always going to be an element of trolling with this. I felt that Konami wouldn't actually release and make a big statement about a most broken card that is going to be so powerful. A lot of people forecasted that it would be something with a ridiculous high amount of attack. When we saw it was going to be a fusion, we thought, this is a bit strange. Like, I don't know where they're going to go with this one. And it turns out that it's a vanilla fusion that is a tuna. It's the first tuna that is a fusion in the history of the game. Now, if we look at it, is this card playable? So, to do that, you need to look at what it can be used with. Having a level 5 tuna that is easily accessible with instant fusion is obviously a fairly decent option for a lot of decks. Level 5 is a pretty good way to get to the big monsters of, for example, level 8. The synchros that we all love and use. The fact, for me personally, the fact that it is a tuna and it is a zombie means that it will be used in my Skull Servants and Shiranyuis and any other zombie deck. Because one, it can be used to access AlintheaYoh, which a lot of people are going to realize that it is accessible by that. You just need another level 5 and pow, there you go. It can be brought back with Mizuki from the graveyard as well, considering that it is successfully fusion summoned, because that's what instant fusion says. And just the fact that it's, a pretty decent way to get to a lot of good cards. For example, in Skull Servants, I can just use a Lady in the White or a White Princess with this to get to a Omega or any other level 8 synchro. So in that sense, it's pretty good. Being a water as well, just imagine for 1 second if this card was level 4. They would have to get rid of Bahamut Shark, or they would have to get rid of something like that. Otherwise, everyone in the world, again, would have access to the totally awesome plays that everyone is currently trying to do now with Norden. But what's this mean for Norden? Well, Norden's probably going to get hit at some point again, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was on the next list, because it just means that everyone is now going to be playing Instant Fusion even more. Because, you have two very good generic targets for the Instant Fusion. So a lot of people are probably going to be maxing out on Instant Fusion, obviously deck depending, but I think the vast majority of people probably going to be doing that. I like the way they made a case in point of saying, hey, if you have a level 4 and you're using a rank 4 deck, you can get to Vermilion Dragon with this. And it's just like, stop trying, Konami, that card isn't good. I'm sorry, it's just not that great. A few years ago, it would have been good, but not anymore. It's also a secret rare. Secret rare is pretty, stretching the boundaries, if I'm honest. It's not as monumental as they originally made out now. We don't know if Jerome was being a little bit tongue-in-cheek with that initial article, and if he was, it's completely fine. Like, they're well within their realms to have a bit of fun, to be honest, and I like that. I like that little bit of a joking rapport between the company and the community, its own player base, because while some people are obviously going to get disappointed and say this card is crap or whatever, I actually enjoy that type of interaction, and it just shows that some of these people, at least, and I know a lot of them, all have sense of humours, but some people in the player base don't get that. They don't see that interaction, so it is nice to see it. Although, as soon as I saw that article, I was like, nah, like, this isn't going to be broken. This isn't going to be a card that's the most powerful card of 2017, or one of. And that's why I didn't make an initial video on it like everyone else did. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. But overall, yeah, Sea Monster's alright. I'll give it an average like 3 out of 5 stars. It has a lot of use in certain decks, and at a stretch it can be used in other decks, especially if you use it with AlintheaYoh, and obviously ergo you can get into Crystal Wing then, but it does depend. So I want to know what you guys think of the brand new broken Sea Monster. Do you think it is a really good instant fusion target, or do you just think it's a bit lackluster? And once again, Konami strike. So as I said, let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.